Let's talk about your stratum corneum, the outermost layer of your skin, the one that flakes, peels, protects, and occasionally causes panic when it feels too dry or too shiny. It's easy to think of a thin stratum corneum as a sign of weakness, a loss of barrier function, or the dermal equivalent of being caught outside without pants. But this layer, composed of dead cells glued together by lipids, plays a deceptively sophisticated role. And here's the fun paradox. Sometimes thinner actually means better. Not always, but often enough to warrant a good eyebrow raise and a deeper dive into skin biology. The stratum corneum is essentially a wall of flattened, keratin-filled corpses, corneocytes, held in place by lipids like ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids. This wall keeps the good stuff in, like moisture, and the bad stuff out, like pollution, bacteria, and tiny regrets. It's like a brick wall made of old skin and lipids. But unlike most walls, it's supposed to be dynamic. A healthy stratum corneum is not thick and crusty. It's efficient, responsive, and always under quiet renovation. Here's where things get interesting. A thicker stratum corneum isn't always better. In fact, in many skin conditions like psoriasis, eczema, or even long-term sun damage, the stratum corneum becomes abnormally thick. That might sound protective, but it's actually a sign of poor turnover, poor barrier function, and cellular confusion. Too much thickness can trap dead cells, clog pores, reflect light unevenly, hello dullness, and lead to rough texture and flakes. On the flip side, a thinner stratum corneum can signal healthy desquamation, the regular, orderly shedding of old skin cells. When this process works well, your skin stays soft, smooth, and luminous. It's like exfoliating from within, no gritty scrubs required. And if you're using a good topical routine, retinoids, AHAs, vitamin C, what you're often doing is gently thinning the stratum corneum by accelerating cell turnover. That's not damage. That's improvement. In fact, studies show that when the stratum corneum is slightly thinned due to topical treatments like retinoic acid or L-ascorbic acid, there's often a corresponding thickening of the underlying epidermis and boosted collagen synthesis in the dermis. Translation? A thinner stratum corneum can mean more youthful skin, not because you're losing layers, but because you're replacing them more efficiently. Like switching out your old mattress for a newer one that doesn't sag. There's also the role of water content. A healthy, thinner stratum corneum typically holds water more efficiently than a dry, thickened one. This is thanks to well-organized lipids and natural moisturizing factors, NMFs, like urea, amino acids, and lactic acid, which are better regulated when the epidermis is in sync with its turnover rate. When your stratum corneum is balanced, not overbuilt and not stripped bare, your skin feels supple, less prone to irritation, and able to adapt to environmental changes with elegance. Of course, context matters. If your stratum corneum is thin because of overexfoliation, barrier damage, or harsh treatments, that's a problem. Think redness, sensitivity, stinging when you apply moisturizer, or the dreaded, "my skin looks raw" moment in the mirror. But if it's thinner because your skin is regenerating well and your corneocytes are being replaced on a healthy schedule, that's not fragility, it's function. This nuance is especially important in aging skin. Older adults often have a thicker but less effective stratum corneum. The turnover slows down, lipids decrease, and corneocytes stick around too long. The result? Rough, flaky, paper-like texture. That's not a badge of honor, it's a irreparable imbalance. And with the right topicals and nutrition, yes, vitamin C again, you can restore turnover, lightly reduce that excess thickness, and reveal smoother, healthier skin. So the next time someone says your skin is looking thinner, don't panic. If you've been caring for your skin well, hydrating, exfoliating gently, protecting from the sun, and maybe even tossing in some vitamin C or retinoids, that thinness might actually be a sign that your epidermis is humming along in youthful, efficient style. Your stratum corneum isn't vanishing. It's just getting better at letting go of the past, literally one dead cell at a time.